Protesters, you know what I say? Protesters, your ass. I don't talk about my ass. They're not protesters. Those aren't those are anarchists, they're agitators, they're rioters, they're looters. They're not, you know, you say that, and some of the people, not all of them, but some of the people back there, oh, how dare you? These are friendly protesters, right? Friendly protesters. They're just looking for trouble. Has nothing to do with George Floyd, has nothing to do with anything. They don't even know who George Floyd is. Okay? They don't know who George Floyd. They have no idea. If you ask them, who's George Floyd, they couldn't even tell you. These are just bad people, troublemakers, and they shouldn't be representing our country at important events, and we've got to stop it. Democrats have no complaint about the rioters and the vandals marauding through our cities or mass unruly demonstrations, but they don't believe law-abiding citizens can go to a church together. You can't go to church anymore. You know how many churches are closed in this country? Because of the Democrats. You can go out and you can have thousands of people marauding through the streets, threatening other people, beyond threatening, kicking them in the face, doing what they've done. You've seen it. And they would have done that to Senator Rand Paul last night. He'd either be in very bad shape or dead, and that would include his wife if those policemen didn't happen to be there. And they took some big beating. And the reason they didn't fight back too much, they don't want to lose their pension, they don't want to lose their job, because we've become so politically correct, everybody's afraid to do anything now. But they did a good job. The puppet Biden, who's just controlled so strongly, wants you to cancel weddings, funerals, and school, but has no problem with thousands of so-called peaceful protesters cramming into your streets, mugging people, hurting people, robbing stores, looting stores, burning down storefronts. The radical left will do anything to get power. They smeared Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and they are distraught. Did you ever see anything like that? Justice Kavanaugh. People forget, you know, time goes by. They forget. We don't forget. I don't forget. They're destroying the livelihoods of innocent people. And if Biden wins, which I honestly can't believe can happen, I will have lost to a low IQ individual. I don't want that. I don't want it. Sleepy Joe, I don't want it. But the agitators will go from rioting in the streets to running the halls of government. Can you believe it? The levers, they call it the levers of government. The top 10 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrats and have been for decades. Now they're trying to impose those policies across the entire country. No one will be safe in Biden's America. I can't even call it Biden's America. Guy doesn't know he's alive. He's going to be out in 10 days. He's going to start 10 days. 10 days. I mean, I gave a big speech last night. I said, what am I doing tomorrow night? You're going to New Hampshire. But, sir, we can cancel New Hampshire because, you know, you had a big night. We can I said, are you crazy? I don't have the courage to cancel New Hampshire. I got to win New Hampshire, and I love the people, and you've been very good to me. Been very good to me. You've been very good to me. So New Hampshire was the first state I won, right? Remember, I came in? I was very excited. That was an exciting evening. That was an exciting race. But we don't talk about that anymore. We have to talk about the future. We don't talk about it. That was great. It was important. We've done more than any administration in its first 3.5 years in the history of our country. And that's despite phony witch hunts, phony investigations, a phony impeachment based on a phone call that was absolutely perfect. That's despite a pandemic that was probably sent in by China. Who the hell knows how it got here, and all over the world. Because China does not want to see me win, I can tell you that. We're not happy with China. I'll tell you what, if Biden got in, China would own the United States very quickly. They'd own it. If the Democrat Party wants to stand with anarchists, criminals, rioters, looters, and flag burners, that's up to them. The Republican Party and you, I can see you. Is there anybody in this place that enjoys burning the American flag? Is there anybody? Please quietly raise your hand. Be careful, could be very dangerous. The Republican Party will remain the voice of the patriotic heroes who keep America safe and our law enforcement. Right? We are all that stand between the American people and the left-wing mob. If you want to save democracy from the mob, then you must vote to defeat an extremely poor candidate. Look, I believe I have the honor of running against the worst candidate ever put up by the Democratic Party. The worst. How do you get worse? I believe he's the worst candidate, the slowest candidate, and I mean in prime time he was the slowest candidate, which was a long time ago, prime time. You know what I don't like, though? They say he's like 78, 79, 78, I guess, right? I know people that are 85, that are 88, 92. Bernie Marcus, Home Depot, is 92 years old. He's the sharpest guy you'll ever meet. There's nothing. 78 is okay. But that's a bad 78, not a good 78. 78's okay, but he shouldn't say that. You know, they shouldn't say it. The press, they say he's too old. He's not too old. He is not too old. But 78 is okay. But I know people in their 90s that are 100% sharp and good physically, actually good physically. You want debate? So do I. I want debate still. I want debate still. Tonight we're honored to be joined by New Hampshire House Republican leader Dick Hinch. Where's Dick? And I think your great governor is here. Where is the governor? Where's our governor? Hi, Dick. Good job. Do we like Dick? Yes. Where's our governor? He's here. He just met me. I told him go back. Hi, Steve. Because you have a great governor, and we don't have same-day voting anymore. We don't have same-day. What a joke that was last time. Remember? Buses poured up from Massachusetts with a lot of people that weren't going to vote for Trump. And they poured up. Thousands and thousands of people came in on Election Day. And then you had a senator running on the Republican Party who wasn't exactly the greatest for us. But we have done so well here, and we're going to have a big win. And I'm hearing we're going to have a great win. So I want to thank your governor. Also with us are state representatives Al Baldessaro and Fred Doucette. Where are you? Hi, Al. I know these guys so well. Hey, Al, have I taken care of the vets better than you even thought? This guy, I met him. He's a big vet. He wanted the vets. He didn't care about anything else but the vets. Honestly, he couldn't have cared less about anybody here except the vets. But I did a good job, right? We did a good job for the vets. Very importantly, very U.S. Senate candidate, Corky Messner. Good, Corky. I hear you're doing well. Good, Corky. Get him. We need Corky. Get him. I hear you're doing well, Corky. Congressional candidate Matt Mowers. Matt. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Great people. A friend of mine for a long time, he said right from the beginning, you're going to win this state, sir. We met him at the primaries. Chairman of New Hampshire Republican Party, Stephen Stepanak. Stephen. Hi, Steve. Great, Steve. Co-chairman of my New Hampshire campaign, Lou Gargiulo. Where's Lou? Lou Gargiulo. Hi, Lou. How am I doing? Are we winning, Lou? Lou, are we winning? Thank you. He said yes. If he said no, he's out of here. And a friend of mine and a friend of this state, he loves this state. And he is a smart cookie. He's so good. I love him on television. He's no games, you know, just looks. He gives it the answer. But he's done a fantastic job. The first person on my whole, you know, you read about all these people. This is the first guy. And he's a great guy. He's a friend of mine, Corey Lewandowski. Where's Corey? Great guy. Tremendous guy, tremendous help. Thank you, Corey. Are you having a good time, Corey? Who's going to win this year, Corey? You bet. I was a little bit slow with that head, Corey. With the help of everyone here today, we've accomplished more in the first 3 years. We've done so much. We've done so much. You can go over taxes, and you could go over what we've done with the military. We passed the biggest tax cuts ever in the history of our country. Now they want to raise taxes. Think of it. All my life, I've watched politicians. Don't forget, I've only been doing this for 4.5 years. So I haven't been doing. I've had senators come in. I've had congressmen come in. Sir, I've been doing this for 25 years. And in 25 years, I've only lost 3 races, sir. I said, but I've only been doing it for 4 years, and I only won 1 race, but now I have to win 2. 1 race I won. But it was for president. It was for president. It was for president. But we did the largest tax cut in the history of our country, and we eliminated the most job-destroying regulations in the history of our country. I ended the job-killing Paris Climate Accord. That was a killer. That was meant to hurt the United States, by the way, in case you had any questions. Today, the United States is the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere on Earth. To give critically ill patients access to life-saving cures, we passed, and hopefully anybody here doesn't need it. Nobody here. Uh-oh, do you need it? Uh-oh. Don't raise that. Oh, she is? Is she okay? I'll get it for her. Is she okay? We got to get her on the list. Tell me. Oh, from before? Well, that's a long time, before I was president. Does she want to get on the list? Because I've seen you at rallies before. I want to get, will you please, I want to get his wife on the list. It's called Right to Try. Right to Try. We'll work. He's been a friend of mine. God, come on. He's been here for a long time. He's been a good guy for a long time. We got to get, is your wife, how's she doing? She couldn't get it before me. Well, we had that with Mueller. You saw that with the Muellers last night. You saw that, right? Was that sad with their incredible daughter, what happened? He said if Trump was president, that wouldn't have happened. And they're right, that would not have happened. We took out al-Baghdadi. I wish I were president. You would have had a different solution. Thank you. Thank
you. Croc TV.